In the autumn of 1989, we started to organize a new party. We could understand that the Hungarian people need a real Marxist-Leninist communist party. And former party workers, former officers of the Hungarian People's Army, and just common people who showed sympathy toward the values of socialism, decided to come together, and we had our first Congress in December 1989, and we decided to organize a new party. We could understand that it must be really a new party because we have lost the socialist systems. Our party started its activity like an oppositional party, oppositional towards the government and oppositional party towards the social system of capitalism. There was a general demand of the members of the party to have a new leadership, people who had no contacts with the former party, and first of all needed young faces, young people. At that time, I was 37 years old. A lot of comrades knew my personality because I used to work as an advisor to the last Secretary Generals of the Hungarian Socialist Workers Party. They knew and respected my activity, and some comrades proposed my candidature, my name, and after a very short thinking, I decided to accept it. And since that time, I have been working as chairman of the Hungarian Workers' Party. We must understand that Hungary is a capitalist country. And during this recent 35 years, capitalism was stabilized and strengthened in Hungary. It means that there is no real possibility to return to the socialist time now. By the middle of the 2000s, in 2008, after the crisis in America, there was a different situation. The social democratic and liberal coalition couldn't solve the real problems of the Hungarian economy. There was mass unemployment, inflation, people were very unsatisfied with the existing government, and the government used force against the people. At that time, according to our estimation, there was a revolutionary situation. But this revolutionary situation didn't grow into a socialist revolution. The liberal forces realized that they should take concrete steps against the Hungarian Workers' Party. Legal process was started against our party, against the whole leadership of the party. The Socialist Party interfered into the internal affairs of our party. It means that they practically prevented our party to help a revolutionary situation into a real revolution. Now we are living in a new situation. You know that the war is going on in Ukraine. The economic crisis is continuing everywhere, also in Hungary. We are facing an enormous inflation in Hungary. But nevertheless, the main basis of capitalism is strong. That's why our strategic aim is naturally socialism. And we explain to the people that we can solve their problems in a basic principle new way only by establishing socialism, a new society. I always say that we should change the software The hardware, it is good. We have factories, we have a beautiful country, but we should change the software to change the system which is based on the power of money and capital, and introduce a new system, a new software which is based on the will and interest of the people. This is our platform which we represent on the elections. Naturally, we understand that in the framework of the existing legal possibilities, we cannot come to the power, but we can demonstrate an alternative, a left alternative, a communist, a socialist alternative. And I think that people remember socialism. 35 years ago, we lived in socialism. And due to the fact that the difficulties are rising everywhere in Europe, we can see that there are a lot of people in Hungary who say that, no, capitalism is not good. We need something else. The only problem that they don't cross this border. They don't say that now we need socialism. But it is today. I think that tomorrow they will say that yes, we need socialism and we can go together with the Hungarian Workers Party. I think that the future belongs to us. You know, the world is changing, and such categories like left and right, I don't think so that they have a very universal definition. There are a lot of parties who say we are left forces, but at the same time they are not left forces. The Socialist Party of Hungary declares that they are defending the interests of the working people and they represent left values, but it is not true. It's a part of the capitalist system. They took part in the construction of capitalism in Hungary, and they are continuing this policy. The Socialist Party of Hungary has become practically a liberal party with a liberal policy. The so-called Democratic Coalition also says that we are a left party, but at the same time it is an absolutely clear liberal party representing the interest of the liberal bourgeoisie here in Hungary. Between the Hungarian Socialist Party, like a Social Democratic Party, and the Hungarian Workers' Party, like a Marxist party, there have never been real political forces. It's practically impossible to build up a new party between these two pillars. There are ideas to organize some parties, and some comrades who left our party try to organize some circles, some forms of anti-capitalist organization, but usually they are not successful. Our position is very clear. We will go on the elections alone, but we are ready to cooperate with everyone who wants socialism in Hungary. No, you should understand the development of Hungarian capitalism. Until 2010, the Social Democratic Liberal government led a liberal policy in Hungary. And the result and the consequence of this liberal policy was mass unemployment, mass unsatisfaction of the people, riots on the streets, and so on. And the Orban government realized that if they want to stabilize capitalism, they should give to the people. They should give better salaries, they should give different financial supports to the families, and so on. And they have done it. The Orban government has given a lot of things to the common people, and I think that it's a positive element. We always say that we support everything which helps the life of the people, independently who is giving this money and this support. We always say that what the Orban government gives to the people is not enough. It is enough only to close to prevent any riots on the streets and to prevent any revolution in Hungary. But people really need much more than the government gives. Many liberals say that the Orban government is realizing some kind of extreme right policy or even fascist government. I think that it is not true. What we have in Hungary is state capitalism. The Hungarian state influences the economic processes, influences the market processes, and they try to guarantee the stability of Hungarian capitalism. We don't support Hungarian capitalism, but we understand that there are some positive elements of this policy. We support some aspects of the international policy. We also support the development of relationship with Russia, with the People's Republic of China, with Vietnam, and some other questions. We support the idea to achieve peace in Ukraine. It is correct. But we are against NATO, we are against the policy in the European Union, and generally we say that we should find new ways and we should find a new perspective for Hungary. When Hungary joined the European Union, we supported Hungary's joining the European Union. We demanded that the government should do its best to give much more benefits to the people and to decrease the number of people who are going to lose by the membership in the European Union. Now we can see that the majority of the Hungarian people has lost a lot by joining the European Union. That's we say that the European Union is an illusion. The European Union never served the interest of the poor people, never served the interest of the poorer nations. The European Union is an organization of the big capital of Western Europe, and first of all of the German and the French capital. We don't think so that the European Union can be reformed. No, it cannot be reformed. That's why we think that Hungary should leave the European Union, and we should do it in a rapid way. Now the situation is changing. Now there is a process in the world. We can see what is going on around the BRICS countries in our policy with China, that a new world order is being created. I think that we should use these possibilities to leave the European Union and to find new partners, to allies, and to create a new world order based on the interest of the people and on the democratic cooperation of the people. Hungary faced this problem in 2015 when the migrants came to the territory of Hungary. The first reaction of the Hungarian public opinion, the Hungarian people, was solidarity. And they brought a lot of foods and other things to the railway station and tried to help the migrants. Then the Hungarian people realized that these migrants do not need really our solidarity. They left Hungary, they went to Germany, to Austria, they wanted to live there. Then the Hungarian government had to decide what to do, and they decided to close the borders and to prevent illegal, unlegal migration to Hungary. The Hungarian Workers Party was always against the migration. We think that the migration process is initiated by capitalist forces, and its main aim to undermine the European societies. And it doesn't help the interest of the working classes. On the contrary, it brings division into the labor movement. That's why our party has always been against the migration. I mean against the non-official illegal migration. If somebody wants to come to live in Hungary, they have the legal possibility to ask for possibility to live in Hungary, but we should defend Europe, we should defend our countries. Hungary has a lot of problems. And, Hungary is not a rich country. And in Hungary we have 10 million of population. From this 10 million we have about 800,000 Roma population. And I think that the Hungarian society has a lot of tasks to do to help the development and the integration of the Roma population. It's enough for our country. Péter Magyar tries to unite all oppositional forces against the Orbán government. I think that his activity, his slogans, his policy mean a real threat to Hungary. Why? Because the elections in 2026 will be different from the previous elections. We are living in a new situation. We are facing the war, inflation, and other problems. And I think that if he comes to the power, he will lead a direct, legal, liberal dictatorship. He will have no other possibilities than to use force against the people. And I am afraid that the European Union will allow it, because now the European Union doesn't respect any rules, and they will try to change the Hungarian government and to help him. That's why we are against any attempts to change the Hungarian government with the help of foreign powers. We are against the war. We think that it is a war between practically the Western powers and Russia. I think that the Western countries are responsible for this war, and the United States should stop any support to those elements who are really interested in this war. If Trump really wants peace, he should interfere into the affairs of the European Union and to say a clear not, we don't want to continue war. And I think that a peace agreement must be concluded, a peace agreement which respects the legal interest of security of both Russia and all countries living here in this region. We support the Palestinian people. We have always been on the side of those who are fighting for their freedom. And I think that there can be no just solution of the Middle East problems, including the Gaza question, just with the interference of the United States and the Western powers. I think that the rights, the just rights of the people living in this region must be respected. I'm convinced that Europe will come to socialism later or sooner. The world is changing. There are a lot of people here in Hungary and Eastern Europe who see the problems of capitalism. And Eastern European countries are different from the Western Europeans. Western European countries have never lived in socialism. We lived in socialism and we remember what socialism means. And now we have another more new element. It is the existence of socialism with Chinese characteristics. And if we speak about socialism, now we can tell to the people two things. The achievements of the Hungarian socialism in the past and the existing achievements and successes of socialism with Chinese characteristic. And I think this combination means the socialism for 21st century. And the difficulties arising, and people will understand that there is no other alternative than to come to socialism.